Like a craft beer through a pint glass, these are the gays of our lives. A show where
Sears
and James
get out their gay decoder rings to decipher the gay alphabet and bridge the gap between the older and younger LGBTQ community and everyone fucking else. And now, here are your hosts.
Hey, it's Sears.
and James.
And today on The Gays of Our Lives,
We have the Aidan Park all the way from California.
Woo woo. Hello.
also known as the Gaysian.
Am I known as the Gaysian?
The Gaysian.
Yeah, that's right. Have you had other Gaysians on the show before?
We have not had another Gaysian.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, I'm your
Yeah.
first Gaysian. Yay. No.
You were also the first person that got me on a show in LA.
Well, is that true?
Yeah, at Flappers. You found
Oh
me
my
on
God.
Instagram.
Yay. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So that's when we actually officially met. Yeah. So this is my first
Oh,
time.
So exciting.
Yeah.
And then
so,
you were out here and you were filming something for Louis Anderson. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, good.
No, that's-
I'm so excited to see you. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. So anyways, you're a comedian out in LA, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
I started in 2012 because I got fed up I was in musical theater and I got fed up doing productions of Miss Saigon. I'm serious. I did 9 productions of Miss Saigon and I went to China to do Miss Saigon. That means the people from China had to fly to the United States to find a Korean to fly to China to play a Vietnamese person. And that was horrible. I mean, it wasn't horrible. I enjoyed it, but you know, I mean, I always played like this the scary Viet Cong military leader who tries to kill the baby. Like if you know the show, you know what I'm talking about. And because I'm so scary, you know what I mean? And yeah,
That's not how I would typecast you, really.
I'm really tall. I'm a tall Asian guy, and I work out. These are not real muscles; they're fake muscles. They're LA muscles, but I do have them. And so I look scary, but I'm not scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like the opposite. I'm like a little squat 5'5" guy. Like I'm very like it's like adorable kind of from close up. So
You know
He's
what?
a wee little man.
I want to date Napoleon. Okay, like Napoleon. No, I have this bit. Look, you guys, I'm so fed up with dating. I'm like one more dick away from trying a vagina. Like I'm like seriously, like I can't. I'm so done. Like, and I was like, okay, well, and I was thinking like, what do I want in a man? I want a man who knows himself, who knows what he wants and goes for it. And I don't care how big you are. You're a man, you're a man. You know what I mean? Like, I want a man. Take me. You know what I mean? Take me. Conquer Korea. You know what I mean? Conquer the Asian. So that's what I want in my life.
Oh, I see. And I'm the opposite. I have not dated in 7 years and I couldn't be happier.
Really? Okay.
Oh God. Like I don't have to answer to anybody. I do what I want when I want. It's my money. I
You know what I love? You know what I love about that phrasing? It was like, I can do what I want when I want. I was totally like, I have freedom. It's my time. No, you went straight to it's my money.
I have my picker's broken. So I pick the ones that like my money or like, yeah, my picker's broken. It's not good.
Really? I'm sorry.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I'm
you know
not.
what? You met Michael, right?
I don't think I got to meet Michael.
So I was with the guy and I was with him for 5 years. He died. It's like I literally got ghosted, but
oh shit.
terrible, awful. He would have loved that joke.
Oh,
Oh.
that's like me saying Louis Anderson was my biggest fan. Literally.
Yeah.
He would have loved that though, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's the same.
Yeah.
You know, if they would have thought it was funny, I think it's okay.
Yeah, Michael would have thought it was funny. In fact, Michael, this painting that you see behind me, I don't know if this is just audio recording or if it's video, but like
Oh.
there's a painting behind me and Michael found this in the garbage. and he was like, baby, I think this is something. And I don't know what it was, but I have this thing. Doesn't it look very officey? Like I look like I have money. Like
Right. I was like, wow, that's like a really professional setup. There's a reason this is like a fake background.
That's why mine's blurred. My dog's right there, you know, or somewhere right there. I don't know where she's at now, but you know, yeah, you look. Thanks, Michael. You made him look better than us.
Yeah, I know, right? And this was just a student. I looked up. It says Lee Reynolds on the bottom, and I thought like, okay, like Lee Reynolds. I was like, oh my god, is that a famous person? And it turns out he teaches art. So this is a student project done by a student of Lee Reynolds that they threw out and we picked up from the garbage. So we're very happy. I look rich. It was free. Everybody wins.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
That should just be a thing. I love that.
Yeah.
Especially the story of it, though.
I have to go dumpster diving at a high school to find art for my apartment. That's the message I received from this.
Yeah, Michael did it, you know. And so Michael, when I'm on any of these and I have to talk to you, I feel like I got Michael behind me. Michael's got my back.
Yep. I love that. That's great.
Yeah. So
I like that. I like that a lot. So, but you've been in things too. You've acted, haven't you?
I have. Yeah, I've done things. I got a you want to talk about acting?
Oh, you act for a while, right?
Yeah, I acted. I've done projects and stuff like that. I kind of couldn't get arrested until I started stand-up. Once I started stand-up, then I started getting roles. But before I started, I could not get arrested. It was like ridiculous. And now I'm excited because I have a Peacock special coming out in May.
That's awesome.
What is it? Can you tell us?
Sorry, what?
Can you tell us what it is?
Yeah, it's called it's a part of the Comedy Invasion, Asian Comedy Invasion special series. And so I do a 30-minute special, and I'm actually gonna be the first openly HIV positive comedian to have a special in 25 years. And so I'm really excited to be representing, because I talk about my HIV, and people at home, you can relax, you can't get it from jokes. So, you know, you'll be fine.
Right.
It's, you know, I like that you do that because you don't hear about it anymore. People don't talk about it anymore.
I have a bit of a question of the history, if you know it. Who was 25 years ago?
You know what? He's a white guy with like a very basic name, and so I don't remember him.
That's the worst. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. It's okay. Keep that in there. Keep that. I'm all about authenticity, so I don't fucking know. I just know I'm the first one in 25 years, and his name's like John Norman or something like. It was like it's very like
Smith.
Scott Johnson or something like that.
Yeah.
Guys, my name is James Sanders. Let's go easy.
James Sanders. Michael's name was Michael Arthur James. I'm like 3 first names. Don't ever trust a motherfucker with 3 first names. Can I curse? Oh no. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Awesome.
We don't give a fuck.
Great. Great. Yay.
I mean, we could get on the Clean Comedy Club here in town, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, no. We're can I mention this? So we're gonna be performing together. I hope you guys are gonna be dirty.
Oh yeah. No, I can't do it. I can't do like a clean 5. Like I can't.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I can't do the Clean Club here, so yeah, we can cuss because I can't even do the Clean Club hardly. I did it the day after Louis died, just in Louis' honor. They asked me to come if I wanted to for therapy, and I was like, yeah. It sucked. I can't hardly be clean.
Oh, well, I mean, me too. That's why antivirals are good. No kidding.
Well, and then like one of my favorite jokes is called Bag of Dicks, and I just don't know how to transform that into like a clean bit. And then I don't want to do that for 20
Yeah, you don't have to. Why do you have to? You know, we all find our niche of what we want to do, and then we kind of lean into it. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's how you get. I want to talk about I know Sears owns your book. I do not own your book yet.
Yeah.
But I did want to talk about it and kind of like what inspired you to write it.
Michael dying. So you know, I don't talk about this openly, and this might be new for, I mean, you know, I think Sears read the book, you know, but like, man, I mean, I'm tall and I'm smiley, so people think I come from like, very easy, happy, supportive parents. Nah, I was brought here undocumented, dropped off at grandma's government housing in San Francisco. My dad had a whole other family on the other side of the country. My mom was blackmailed into going across the country with a man who threatened her with deportation. And so I graduated high school and I was still undocumented. I couldn't get a job, couldn't go to college. I was a prostitute, and then I was homeless, and then I got HIV when I was 19. And then I found empowerment, right? So somebody said you should go find empowerment. So they sent me to an empowerment course, and I studied that bitch so hard because it gave me hope. So I studied empowerment for 15 years, which made me super effective. That's why I could, I ran like 2 shows at the Laugh Factory for 5 years. I created like lots of small businesses. I had a lot of friends, communication. I learned everything I know from like empowerment. Then Michael died. And at that point, I was like, I just want to die. I don't care. I don't care about Laugh Factory. I don't care about comedy. I don't care about anything. Just fucking kill me. I want to die. I want to die. I just want to die. It was at that point I was like, after I was suicidal. I have this bit. I went shopping for a gun, and I found a gun for $75 online. And I'm like, how can somebody just buy a gun for $75 online when in person it was $275? What a freaking ripoff that was. That's when I realized I was so cheap that I was bargain hunting for my suicide weapon. Which is stupid, because if there was ever a time to put something on a credit card, that would have been the moment.
Oh my gosh.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely right. So then I was like, all right, I can't kill myself. So if I'm not going to kill myself, I better be happy. So that was my deal. I was like, I'm only staying if I can figure out a way to be happier. And I'm going to commit to that. So I used all those empowerment tools that I learned for all those years for creating an emotional result rather than result of like, career, money, success. I applied that to happiness. So I started studying happiness, started studying emotional pain, started studying all kinds of ways to be happier. And so The Art of Being Yay, the book, is about my journey to figure out how to be happier. So it's applying tactical tools that I learned from empowerment to the result of an emotional, joyful life. And yeah, that's it. That's what the book's about.
I love that. I have to read that book,
which is amazing. But how
I have to borrow your book.
How did you get Margaret Cho to do your foreword? Did you meet her when you lived in San Francisco?
I called her and asked her. So when I was running the show at the Laugh Factory, she popped by one day and I freaked out. And actually, Margaret Cho was the first person that I saw on television, like who was Asian when I moved here in 1994. Okay. I was 9 years old and I was like, oh my God, Margaret Cho, this woman, there's an Asian woman on TV, Margaret Cho. And so throughout high school, she had the, her specials, I'm the One That I Want, and the, Notorious Cho. And I grew up watching that. And when I was doing stand-up and I met her, she was so kind, so nice. And I opened for her a couple times and she's been very warm. And so when it came time to write this book, I thought she would be the best person to do this. And so I asked her and she said yes, very graciously. And that's how I got her. Love Margaret. I love Margaret. She is such a good soul. I'm so appreciative of Margaret.
Absolutely. We actually had the opportunity to interview her a few years ago before the pandemic.
In person.
And I hate to say it, I think that's like the first time I've ever been tongue-tied in my life.
Yeah.
She's such an intelligent.
He almost knocked
speaker.
me out of the way. He almost knocked me out of the way to get the seat next to her. And I'm like, dude, I got this set up. Set this up, bitch. Get out of my way.
She's so intelligent when she speaks. And I really enjoy her. So that's so cool to me that you have that connection with her, because like what an amazing person to have that connection with. That's awesome.
And I love that
Love her.
I love that she said you're like the son she never had. Isn't that what she said? I think that's great.
Yeah, she was a young mother, but yeah.
So, who was your favorite person that you've ever opened for?
Margaret.
That's what I figured. Yeah. Okay, besides her, because that's
so meaningful.
Absolutely.
When you come to the US and you watch this person on TV, and to go from that 9-year-old undocumented kid watching her on ABC7 Home Alone and your grandmother's government apartment, then you're running a show at the Laugh Factory and you meet her. That is a meaningful experience.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely. And then she did your forward. That's just really cool too. I think I geeked out on that because we thought we met her and she was just a good human. Great.
She's very thoughtful and gentle in her approach. And it's funny because on stage she's a very thoughtful and gentle person. And we need more of that in this world.
Mm-hmm. When she speaks, she's always thinks before she does them, like some of us. She just gives it thought to make sure she says it soft and gentle. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Totally. So, but were you not on like Conan last year?
Yeah, I was on Conan. Yeah.
Or was last year
I did sketches on Conan. So I can't say that I was a stand-up comedian on Conan, but I did sketches on Conan.
I didn't say that. I said, were you on Conan?
Yeah, and I was also on Kimmel, but sketches. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll take a little sketch. Be happy with that. Come on now.
Yeah.
Right? That's huge. That's really huge though.
Yeah.
How many people haven't got to do something like that?
Yeah, I'm very lucky.
I am. I'm not an actor. Like, it's just not something that's in me. I love stand-up, I will say, but that's because that's like, to me, that's the easiest way to relate to people. Especially, I don't know. I mean, we live in Indiana, so I think being a part of the LGBT community in maybe a more conservative area, I think that's always been kind of like a tool for me to kind of more, like feel more relatable to people.
Yeah.
Would you say, I don't know, I guess I want to know, like, was your impulse to get into stand-up solely acting, or was that also like another place of expression?
My reason for getting into stand-up was because I saw a musical comedian and I was like, I love singing, and I want to be able to sing without having to do musical theater in Miss Saigon. So I was like, okay. And so I started writing parody songs, that's what I did. And then like
Charlie.
Sorry, what?
We have a friend like Charlie that does that. She sings songs, parody songs.
Yeah. I did parody songs. But then what ended up happening was I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to do stand-up, then I want to be able to do stand-up without leaning on my singing. So let me work on my stand-up for a bit without the singing for a while and see how it goes. And that developed into a whole thing. So now I do singing on the side and I do more of the stand-up. So it's just because I wanted to be proficient,
Okay, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So it wasn't because you're such a funny person, because you're a funny person.
No.
You don't have that. Everything that you said was just already written stuff.
I'm sorry, what?
One more time.
Was everything that you said. You made us laugh a couple of times, though. I mean, all of those were just bits. I mean,
yeah, I'll say this.
Just off the cuff.
I mean, I some of it is off the cuff, but some of it is written. But I think my superpower, as it relates to being a comedian, is I can make content that I've written feel very off the cuff. That is where my strength is. Yeah. So You can come see the show. It'll always feel off the cuff, but it's not. I'm very structured. That's a strength. A weakness of mine is, sometimes I think English is my second language. And so wordsmithing is a little bit, can be, So, I don't know. I mean, it's, I feel like we're all, as comedians, we're all like, you ever play like video games like Fallout or Skyrim or something?
Oh, yeah.
And like, when you have like attack 8, defense 7, whatever. And I feel like we all have different levels of, so
Different players.
I know where my strengths are. I know
Yeah.
where my weaknesses are. But that's good to know, because when you're weaker in one area, then you can enroll the help of your fellow comrades to get yourself to the level that you want to be at. And that's the magic of teamwork, right?
Yeah, he helps me with joke mechanics because I don't know how to write jokes. I'm a funny person.
Mhm.
I don't know how to write them when something happens and it's funny. I'm like, okay, help me work this through, because I can't always think of how it's supposed to be.
Oh.
I just know it's hilarious, because I'm just a funny person. All my shit's real.
Yeah.
That's happened, or I just said. So he knows all that. So that's why, he helps me with that.
Yeah. It's a really wonderful to have friends like that. I think that really help you shine. It's a really good friend.
Yeah.
So the next segment of our show is called The Gays Ask, and it's really just a series of 5 songs. It's literally a series of 5 questions. I'm sorry. And they're all just goofy, kind of get to know you questions. And so, like, for instance, the first one is, if you were going to describe yourself as a flavor of jelly bean, what would it be and why?
Lime. I'm loud. I'm a very strong flavor. I'm not for everyone, but the ones who love me, love me. And it's not easily replicable. Like yep.
Oh, that was good.
That was.
I liked that. Okay, cool. Sears, you're up.
I'm not good with those ones like that, but I was going to ask, if you had the opportunity to be either a full-time comedian or a full-time actor, which one would you choose?
Comedian.
Really? Okay.
1000% comedian, hands down. Acting, you're constrained. Acting is very technical, actually. People don't think this. People just see what they see on TV. Mm-hmm. But acting, a lot of times, even the big stars have to go on set and they're waiting in their trailer for 10 hours. And then they get on set for an hour and they're talking to a piece of tape. And so it looks all glamorous and fun, but I love the freedom afforded to me as a comedian. I go on stage, I can say what I want, say my experience, change it up and down. 1000% comedian.
Love that.
He's the same way. I'm more of the acting. I love the camera. I do.
Oh, you love it. Oh, great.
I do.
Yeah.
I would even just perform bars.
I love it.
Every night. If I just had to do a bar 5 nights of the week, like working a 5-day week, right?
Yeah.
I would do that. I would just fucking do that.
It's so fun. And you pick on people and you see what I even like hecklers. I even like,
good heckler.
I even like homophobes. I like to see if I can win the homophobe over by the end of the show. Because usually, even when they attack, I can if I can remain present, I can get them to shake my hand by the end of the show.
I like that.
I've had that happen. And then you really win, because now they're touching your hand that's touched the dick the night before. So who's the loser? You know what I mean? He's touching 2 dicks. I jerked off before the show and I touched that guy's dick beforehand. Welcome.
Why do you think I don't shake hands off going on stage? This started before the Rona. I only fist bump because I know you guys touch your dick and I don't want first hand or second hand dick. I'm not shaking hands.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And you want to know something? You know what the thing is? The people who are probably gonna be homophobes are also gonna be anti-maskers. So they're gonna shake your hand and they'll walk away with sperm on their hand and they won't even know.
And then walk with sperm.
I'm joking. I'm so sorry. I do clean my hands a lot.
I'm gonna apologize that I'm gonna switch the subject from sperm. So are you familiar with the phrase, if I had a nickel?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so with that term in mind, what would you have a nickel for something somebody says to you so often?
You're so tall.
Okay.
So I guess I don't look tall on camera. So when people meet me, they're always surprised. They're like, and actually, you know what happened? I had that happen yesterday. I was at a friggin' bank, and the bank manager came up to me and said, "You're so tall. How tall are you?" And I'm like, I'm 6'8". 1. That's not that tall. And he was like, but you're so tall. And I was like, maybe it's because I'm Asian. He was like, I did do a racial sensitivity training recently, and they do say that we have implicit biases. So maybe it's because you are Asian. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you for admitting that. But this is a white guy, and he was taller. I think he was just trying to hit on me. But,
But you know what? I hate to say that, but you're right. On an average, Asians tend to be a little shorter, I guess, than 6 foot.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I'm breaking all kinds of stereotypes. I'm a grower, not a shower. I'm so little when I'm flaccid, but, it's like a balloon animal. You blow and it's like amazing.
Right. I mean, stereotypes are that way for a reason. I'm sure, the first time somebody sees me, they're probably not, but she's a soccer mom. You know what I mean?
I don't know. You look lesbian to me.
See, yeah, that's what I would say.
That's what I think, but I'm also familiar with lesbians.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question would be, how often do you get I have a friend that's Asian. Do you ever get that? Like they do the gay? They were always, I have a friend that's gay.
Yeah.
When they meet you?
I think so.
I know an Asian.
Not so much in LA, but I want to see what happens in Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We could sell this show out too, yeah.
Were there Asian people in Indianapolis?
It's a handful.
Why do you think you're our first Asian?
Oh my God, I'm so excited because, when I go to small towns and I turn on Grindr, I get a lot of action because I'm the only
bet you do.
Asian, and a lot of these people really love Gaysians, but they don't have anywhere to release that energy. And so I'm coming through town and they're like, oh my God, who's this? And I'm like, oh, great. Here you throw a book, there's a Gaysian.
I don't think we have a big Asian population right around here. We do have a lot more Burmese coming in, the population now. Burmese from Burma. We have a pretty big population of them. I mean, I don't know.
Where is that?
It's more Japanese. They write the symbols like Japanese do, even.
Okay.
It's right there. Yeah, it's real close to Japan.
All right. Well, I have some competition then, but that's okay. I can handle it.
I think so. But yeah, no. So, all right. You want to do best dad joke, James?
Yeah. Our final question is what is your best dad joke?
I don't have I have daddy jokes since I date old guys.
Give us one of those.
The ghosted one is pretty good. And then I say, I dated this old guy. And I like to take him to the Antiques Roadshow so I could get him appraised. And they told me I was sitting on a gold mine. And I said, every night. But the dad joke, blah, 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 blah. Someone says something insulting and I said, thanks, Dad. And I said, thanks, Mom. You know that? You know what I'm talking about? Do you have one of those?
I don't think I have one of those.
Do you?
I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand.
The structure of the joke, something like, I want to be a comedian and don't you have anything better to do with your life? And I was like, and so I said, thanks, Dad. Thanks. You.
No, I don't.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's blaming your parents for trauma, but Lisa doesn't know how to do that because she actually had a good relationship with her mom.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. So
I was really blessed.
Thing. It's a rare thing, but that's why she doesn't know the
so I know. I'm like,
I would be like, okay. So for instance, my dad was really on me to get benefits. So now I work for Starbucks. Thanks, Dad. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
Better structure.
Something like that. Stand-up comedians do it a lot.
Yeah.
See, I don't call myself a stand-up comedian. I never have.
Really?
I call myself a comedian.
Huh.
I used to say it was because of my MS, because I don't stand up very well.
You're funny.
But now I can. I can stand up really well, and I still don't call myself a stand-up comedian because I don't want to be a road comedian. I like acting a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. So yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
You call yourself whatever you want.
Well, I will.
Yeah.
I call myself fabulous.
You don't really want to do road comedy. That's good. All right. It's good to know what you want. It's good to, because I feel like in the world, a lot of people will try to tell you like, you should do this, you should do that. No, if you know what you like, then you lean into that. And that's.
Louis asked me the first time he ever called me, like when I first started, the year that I first started. And he said, what do you want to do with this, honey? And I was like, I don't know. Be on Ellen, the show, not the person.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. Somebody just talked me into trying it, and I tried it. So I didn't know. And then I got the acting bug, and I'm just like, after being on Baskets, that's what I want to do. Guaranteed. 100.
All right. Well, great. Congratulations. It's good to have clarity.
But until then, on April 8th, we're going to do a show somewhere around the Indianapolis area, the three of us.
Yeah. Yahoo. That's really exciting. I'm so excited about this.
I'm so stoked.
I've never played Indianapolis in my life. This is so exciting.
It's gonna be fun. We'll get us a nice big venue. I'm sure we can get a big venue and get it sold out and everything.
Right.
So
all right, we'll work. We'll
somewhere
work
around
out.
it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm excited because we haven't worked together in years. I mean, it's been years.
I know. It's so exciting. Okay. Well, I mean, James, what about you? Do you want to? Are you a stand-up comedian? Are you an actor? What about you?
I want to say I'm stand-up wholly. I cannot act, but I would be a road comic. I would literally be a road comic if I could do that the rest of my life and not have to do anything else. But that, I'm also just kind of got into the game, I feel like. So I've only been paying my dues in Indiana too for 5 years.
How long have you guys been doing
the show?
No, stand up.
Oh, stand up. Not counting COVID year, I guess this is my 4th year in comedy.
Okay.
I've been doing comedy 5 years now.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. And I get off more on my IBD than I do on where I've performed.
Great. Awesome. It's good to have clarity on that. It's great.
Yeah. I'm glad I figured it out. And I like this though. I love doing this, and I love meeting people though. And we are helping because with education, comes understanding. And if we're able to help somebody else understand about, that you can't get AIDS through the phone, then, it's a good day.
Lisa, then you would appreciate this. You know why I'm going through Indianapolis? Because I did a theater production back in 2006 at a company called Bucks County Playhouse. And this was in New Hope, Pennsylvania. And the artistic director opened a new theater. And so he was like, why don't you come and do comedy for a one-nighter? And I jokingly said, why don't you cast me in one of your musicals? And they said, pick a show and pick a role. And I was like, okay. So I'm driving over there to do Leo Bloom and the Producers. That is why I'm going.
Okay. Not even for stand-up.
No. Yeah. So I have a 5-week deal with them, and I'm going to play. Yeah. And a musical theater was my love. Like back in 2014, like that was the last musical I did. I played Harold Hill in The Music Man. And then I was like, okay, got to back away from that and focus on comedy.
Yeah.
And now I wanna do a musical.
Miss it.
What made you choose Leo Bloom? I love that. Why did you pick that?
I had a choice, actually. They said, producers fit, and they said I could either do Roger Debris, which was the gay theater director, or I could do Leo Bloom. And I feel that this is kind of funny, as a gay person, we all have a bit of Leo Bloom, because I feel like the minute we are born into this world, we are gaslit. And so we have a way in which we function through the world. And when we're young, we have to function through the world, a kind of putting on a front and not allowing ourselves to express fully. We have to control that and be a certain way. And the way I read Leo Bloom, he's a nervous accountant, who is afraid to be a producer. And he has this thing that he wants, and he is contracted, and he's going through life being someone he is not. And that is a cause for a lot of anxiety for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I read the role, I was like, I can relate to this actually, because for so many years I resisted myself. I didn't want to be loud. I didn't want to be so front-footed. I didn't want to be gay. I didn't want to be Asian. So much of my life, I just tried to get away from myself. But I like that he comes to full circle and kind of leans into himself and allows himself to express. So that's why I picked Leo.
Kind of like you have.
Sorry, what?
Love
I said
that.
kind of like you have in life, though.
Yeah, it's still a process. Some days I wake up, I'm like, God damn it, I'm still Gaysian. But
you figure out how to change that, you know, you'll be a millionaire.
Oh.
Well, I can't tell you, like, I actually recently sat down with a friend of mine who's also trans, and we had a conversation that really is like that, where it talks about living to a standard you're raised to and how it never feels right, but you're in that shell because you don't have a choice. And that is just so, that reflected a lot of what we reflected on. So I love that you said that.
We're encumbered, you guys. Us as gay people, the minute we are born, we become, we are put at odds with ourselves. The messaging is this is normal, and whatever we're feeling inside is abnormal. So we learn that we cannot trust our instincts. We cannot trust how we feel, at odds with ourselves immediately. And that creates depression, anxiety. And I think that's a big problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it absolutely is.
I am.
Sure.
And all the more reason where, like, you know, I just feel like that's another importance of this show, is like having that out there so people know that that feeling is a common feeling. And that is like, you know, so if you are feeling that, that is something to reflect on and know that you don't have to feel that way.
And that you're not alone in that, because you're not the only one.
Yeah.
If you feel that way, there's good reason why you're feeling that way, because the world, if you're gay, the world is set up for you to be put at odds with yourself the minute you are born. So if you feel that way, you are not alone, and there's nothing wrong with you for being depressed.
Yep.
The world is set up that way. So it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Aidan, thank you so much for coming on today. I have enjoyed this entire interview. I feel like I just learned so much so quick. I have to read your book now because it reflects on so many things I believe in.
I adore you. I just adore
thank you. I adore you too. You guys are so, and we finally did this. Oh my God. It was like 4 different meetings. I'm so sorry. It's my fault the last time. I was like,
no, the time difference just always screws me up. And I've got so much going on. I've got I've got some stuff going on that's really big. Yeah. So I'm just like,
time zone.
Great
right?
though. I'm so happy to see you in person, and I'll give you a hug in person in real life. April 8th. And then April 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Great. We'll work that out.
Thank you so much.
Great.
So
okay.
See you soon.